We just got the documents in our hands from Idaho, handwritten by Bryan Kohberger, number one, asking for appointment of new counsel, and the second document basically saying he has no money and he needs some of the costs appropriated for this. But
welcome back to the channel. Today, we're following a dramatic and startling turn in one of the most closely watched criminal cases in recent American history, the Idaho student murders. Bryan Kohberger, the former criminology PhD student serving 4 consecutive life sentences for the 2022 killings of Kaylee Goncalves, Madison Mogen, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin, is now attempting to retract his guilty plea. A year after pleading guilty to avoid the death penalty, Kohberger has filed a petition challenging his conviction. He claims actual innocence and alleges his former defense team coerced him into the deal with false promises while withholding critical evidence. In a bold statement, he says he wants a full trial, even if it puts capital punishment back on the table. For the victims' families, this unexpected legal maneuver reopens deeply painful wounds. Today, the Idaho Attorney General's office says it stands ready to ensure justice remains served. Let's dive into what this petition actually means, whether a judge is likely to grant it, and how the legal community is reacting.
Does this mean that Kohberger is going to get a new hearing?
I think we need to look at this and we need to find out more of what the substance is. We just got the documents in our hands from Idaho, handwritten by Bryan Kohberger, number one, asking for appointment of new counsel, and the second document basically saying he has no money and he needs some of the costs appropriated for this. But according to the plea agreement, he waived all of his appellate rights. But there's a little asterisk in theory by that, because the plea agreement, and he was asked if it was voluntarily made. I was in the courtroom when this all happened. But if something happened since then, because he's alleging, as you said, Jake, threats, false promises, wrong information, if something came to light and he's questioning the validity of that plea agreement, that what it really was, he wasn't freely admitting, then I think there could be something here. But I've got to tell you, I was there, and this was a whirlwind, because I'm in New York. All of a sudden we hear he's going to plead guilty. From one day to the next, we had to get there. The families came out saying, we don't have time to get to the courtroom. We live all around Idaho. It's going to take hours for us to get there. But they all got there. And many of them said that they were not asked at all if they would agree to this plea. The Goncalves family was most outspoken, saying they were not in favor of it, but they didn't have a choice. It all happened so fast, Jake, that I'm curious to see what he says the reason is. And we don't have the substance yet at this point. He needs an attorney. He wants an attorney, but I've never seen anything so quickly happen in the legal arena.
If you've been following the news closely, you know we are witnessing a stunning turn of events in the University of Idaho murder case. Bryan Kohberger, the man who pled guilty to the brutal 2022 nighttime stabbing deaths of Kaylee Goncalves, Madison Mogen, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin, wants to undo it all. He has officially filed a petition for post-conviction relief in Ada County, seeking to withdraw his guilty plea, fire his court-appointed legal team, and take this case to a full trial, even if it means risking the death penalty once again. To understand why this is such a bombshell, we have to look back at how we got here. When Kohberger entered that surprise guilty plea, it brought an abrupt end to what was set to be one of the most agonizing, high-profile trials in Idaho's history. In exchange for admitting guilt to 4 counts of first-degree murder and felony burglary, state prosecutors agreed to take the death penalty off the table. He was sentenced to 4 consecutive life terms without parole. During that hearing, Judge Stephen Hippler explicitly asked him if he was pleading guilty because he was actually guilty, and if he was doing so freely without any unkept promises or coercion. Under oath, Kohberger answered yes. Fast forward, and Kohberger's newly filed handwritten petition paints a completely different picture. Representing himself, Kohberger is now claiming actual innocence. He alleges that his defense team, led by Chief Public Defender Ann Taylor, manipulated and coerced him into taking the deal. Among his claims, he alleges his lawyers made false promises about prison conditions, promising him immediate contact visits and general population freedom, while painting exaggerated, terrifying pictures of what life on death row would look like. Even more notably, Kohberger claims his defense team failed to review crucial evidence with him before pushing him to sign. Specifically, he points to unexamined forensic details, including what he claims was an unknown hair found in Ethan Chapin's hand that was never properly vetted. He claims his attorneys told him his plea need not be truthful, as long as it spares his life. Now, what are the actual legal odds of this succeeding? Frankly, the legal bar here is extraordinarily high. Under Idaho law, once a sentence is handed down, a defendant must prove that manifest injustice occurred to withdraw a plea. Because Kohberger signed a 9-page plea agreement waiving his rights to appeal and spent his allocution confirming under oath that no one coerced him, legal scholars point out that judges rarely overturn pleas based on claims that directly contradict what the defendant swore to in open court. For the families of the victims, this news is nothing short of a cruel disruption to an already excruciating grieving process. After bracing themselves for a death penalty trial, enduring the plea deal, and sitting through emotional victim impact statements, they are now forced to watch Kohberger attempt to reopen the legal wound. The Idaho Attorney General's office has already signaled it intends to vigorously fight this petition to ensure his life sentences stand. We will be watching Ada County closely as the judge decides whether to schedule a hearing or dismiss this motion outright. Hit that subscribe button, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll keep you updated as the story develops.